Welcome to the Deep Dive. Today, we're diving into how Spiritists view Jesus.
Okay.
And it's especially interesting because our main source is this news piece from the Conselho Nacional de Igrejas Cristãs de Brazil.
Right.
That's the National Council of Christian Churches of Brazil.
Yeah, what an interesting juxtaposition, right?
Yeah, talk about a...
Where's it coming from?
It's not what you expect when you think about Spiritism.
Yeah, it's exactly what comes to mind for you when you think about Spiritism.
For me, it's spirits communicating and reincarnation.
Sure.
But I'm really curious about how that connects to Jesus.
Well, you're right. Communication with spirits is definitely central to Spiritism, but they believe that Jesus kind of stands apart. He's seen as this, like, the most perfect spirit sent by God.
Oh, wow.
He's like a guide for all humanity.
So they still have that common ground with mainstream Christianity, like recognizing how important Jesus is.
Exactly.
But it sounds like they're taking it like a step further.
Yeah, they don't just see him as a historical figure, right? Right.
They see him as this ultimate example of spiritual evolution.
Wow.
Like he embodies the potential that all spirits have.
That makes me think of reincarnation, which is a core belief in Spiritism.
Yeah.
But it's not just about being reborn, is it?
No, not at all.
There's a deeper purpose there.
For Spiritists, reincarnation is about progression.
Okay.
It's about moving towards that same spiritual perfection that Jesus embodies. Each lifetime is another chance to learn and grow closer to that ideal.
So they see following Jesus' teachings as essential to that whole journey of spiritual growth through reincarnation.
Yeah, basically it's about striving for that same love, compassion, and wisdom that he embodied.
Okay.
And they believe that by aligning ourselves with his teachings, we're essentially accelerating our own spiritual evolution.
Wow. So it's like it's like each lifetime is a chance to put those teachings into practice.
Yeah.
And get closer to actually embodying them.
Yeah, that's a really good way to put it.
Yeah.
It's not just about like worshiping Jesus, right?
It's about actually trying to become like him.
Right.
Through your actions in each life.
And that actually makes me think about something you mentioned earlier about Spiritists believing in communicating with spirits.
Yeah.
Does that tie into their view of Jesus at all?
It does. It's an important connection.
Okay.
So while they believe in communication with spirits generally,
Okay.
they kind of put Jesus in a different category.
Okay.
They see him as like this direct emanation of God with this level of spiritual enlightenment that no other spirit can even touch.
Wow. So it's like they might communicate with other spirits for guidance, but Jesus is like on a whole other level.
Exactly. He's the ultimate model to look to for
Right.
spiritual growth.
Wow. It makes me wonder how that influences their understanding of the Gospels.
Oh, interesting.
Because the article we're looking at talks about studying the Gospels,
Sure.
but would they interpret them differently than other Christian denominations?
That's a great question, and it's something that they really dive deep into. You know, for example, they might interpret Jesus's miracles through this lens of reincarnation and spiritual evolution.
Oh, wow. So instead of just seeing them as these supernatural events,
Right.
they're seeing them as demonstrations of what humans can achieve
Exactly.
spiritually over many lifetimes.
Yeah, it's like looking at those stories through a totally different lens.
Wow.
One that aligns with their core belief in this continuous spiritual growth.
That's so interesting.
Yeah.
It shows how, even within a shared text,
Right.
different perspectives can lead to really different interpretations.
For sure.
Yeah. It's interesting to see how Spiritism takes these like core Christian values,
Yeah.
like love and compassion and understanding, and kind of weaves them into this belief system with reincarnation and communicating with spirits.
Totally. It really speaks to how dynamic faith is. Like, it can change and grow, but still hold on to those important ideas. The article even mentions St. Francis of Assisi. And he wasn't a Spiritist, but he really lived out those values.
Right. It's like they're saying those values are timeless.
Exactly.
They just show up in different ways in different cultures.
Yeah, you don't have to agree on every little thing.
Right.
To see those shared values that connect us.
It's about the bigger picture.
Absolutely.
Like seeing those threads of love and compassion that run through so many different beliefs.
For sure. And this whole deep dive into Spiritism and Jesus has been a great example of that.
It has.
It makes you think beyond just the surface level.
Right.
And see how our beliefs connect.
Yeah, and it makes you wonder,
Yeah.
how do those different ways of understanding Jesus' teachings actually play out in the everyday lives of Spiritists?
That's a great question.
That's something we could dive into another time.
Definitely. And it reminds us that learning about different faiths,
Yeah.
it's not just about knowing the facts.
Right.
It's about grappling with those ideas, asking questions, and seeing how they can broaden our own perspectives.
Yeah. That's what I love about these deep dives.
Me too.
You never know where they'll take you, but it's always worth the journey.
Absolutely.
So until next time, keep exploring.